Light and peace, brothers and sisters. Topic for today is the pyramid. Um, a lot of people on YouTube video, they go on Google, they go to documentaries on TV, try to get a proper understanding of what the pyramid was used for, what does it entail, why is it out there, even in up to the year 2022. If you go to other countries like Mexico, Iraq, Turkey, America, Egypt, and some parts of the country that I've not mentioned, you get to see a pyramid. And the most fascinating one is the one that currently is in Egypt today. And most people don't get an understanding of what this pyramid was used for. And you get this state of confusion because people don't know what the pyramid was used for. They don't understand the purpose. So I decided to do a YouTube video today to give a proper understanding of what the pyramid was used for in ancient times. Because one thing I realize is that what they're posing in the YouTube videos or in the articles today is not, I don't want to say it's not true, but they're just not giving a proper explanation to what it is for. So when you look at spiritual books, OahspeCollegeUniversity gives a full details of what the pyramid is for, what was the purpose. And funny enough is that angels in heaven actually go through an educational system or some type of schooling where you're taught, or the angels or the gods in heaven actually teach angels or spirits how to build a pyramid. So I'm going to go to the book of OahspeCollegeUniversity, the book of Words, chapter 7, verse 9, and cannot give one particular account, and then I'm going to drill down to what exactly was the purpose of the pyramid. Book of Words, chapter 7, verse 9. The fourth degree taught the arrangement of the heavens, the place of the sun, stars, and moon, the places and grades of the unseen worlds, the locality of lower and higher heaven, the places and dominion of false lords and false gods, the places in Ada, and of elves, naps of familiar spirits, and also of fetals, both the harmless and the destructive vampires that live on mortals and in swine and cattle, that induce the mortals to flesh food for that purpose, and the key to the place of the North Star and the position of Earth's vortex, the vortices that move the corporeal worlds and hold them in place, and the rules, hear this now, the rules for building temples and pyramids with their spirit chambers. Did you see the very last part? It clearly says, hold the place and the rules. So yeah, you have someone who enters a fourth degree where they are taught all kind of stuff about heavens, places of sun, blah 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 blah. But at the end, they give that angel or the spirit the rules and regulation. So in other words, they gave this angel a blueprint of how to build temples and pyramid, and it clearly says with their spirit chambers, which means a pyramid contains spirit chambers. Now, so now brings up the question, what exactly was this temple for, or this pyramid? So, because a pyramid is a temple, the difference is that a pyramid has spirit chambers. So they have chambers where a spirit could come into, right? So I'm going to go to the next chapter, and in this next chapter, it actually describes an angel by the name of Osiris. So, a lot of people on YouTube, they don't have a proper understanding of what this pyramid was for, what it was used for, but OahspeCollegeUniversity gives a clean understanding of the purpose of the pyramid and what it was used for. So OahspeCollegeUniversity renders the information without beating around the bush. So I'm going to go to the book of Wars, chapter 44, verse 22. Here we have an angel by the name of Osiris. Osiris, verse 22, Osiris said, "You have great reason on your side. The fasts are as well to sustain you." He's talking to Ahura, another god in heaven. "Yet do not forget, O Ahura, I shall have a temple." Listen to this. Remember the previous chapter that I read, the book of Wars, chapter 7, verse 9? They give a description of two things, a temple and a pyramid. The difference is that a pyramid comes with a chamber, right? So here is Osiris, because the proper understanding was that Osiris had a motive and he had a plan. Okay, if you read the book of Wars, you will see a lot of things that Osiris did, but yeah, this topic is just to give a proper understanding of what the pyramid was for and what was the purpose. And he said, "I shall have a temple built of stone on the earth, and a chamber where I can come," you see that, "and command the kingdom through the mortal king." So Osiris is clearly saying here that, he's going to build a temple. And that temple will contain and will have a chamber. So to answer your questions, to give this to decode this mystery, the pyramid is more of a spiritual communication, or a spiritual residential area, a temporary residence where angels come to dwell, and they have the opportunity to speak with humans. Period. That was what the pyramid was used for. The pyramid was clearly used by angels where they come down and have communication with humans, and from there they leave. And they had ways to build this, and the information was rendered to humans and to build it. So for those of you who don't have a proper understanding what the pyramid was for, yeah, you have it. The pyramid was built by angels, but the thing is, angels gave human the information on how to build it, and they use it to have communication with humans. So I'm going to go to the next chapter, because the next chapter is very, very interesting. It clearly shows how Osiris actually built the Great Pyramid, which reside in Egypt today. And for those of you who have not read the OahspeCollegeUniversity, we advise strongly that you pick up yourself on OahspeCollegeUniversity and read this wonderful book. The book of Wars, chapter 48, verse 13, and I'm also going to read from verse 27. Verse 13, Rostak, son, Imram succeeded him, and Tamas, his son, succeeded Iram. Tamas was a seer and a prophet, and could see the gods and talk understandingly with them. Tamas was succeeded by his daughter Anna, and she was succeeded by Ohjas, who, you see that, who was the builder of the temple of Osiris, commonly called the Great Pyramid. Here you have it. The Pharaoh Ohjas, who OahspeCollegeUniversity clearly gives the name of Ohjas here, was a pharaoh who built the temple of Osiris, and the key factor here was that Osiris, who happens to be an angel, gave the information, the instruction to Hojas, to the Pharaoh, and say, build from your temple, then I'll come down and talk to you. And in verse 27, if you want to read more details, go to Book of Wars chapter 48. You could get, but I picked verse 13 and 27 to decode the information about how this pyramid was built, what the pyramid is. So pyramid is clearly a temple where gods or angels speak to humans. Simple. Verse 27, in the form of a pyramid, you shall build it, and I will show you every part, measure for measure. This is wonderful and this is beautiful. Let me read verse 27. I'm reading from the Book of Wars, chapter 48, verse 27. It says, in the form of a pyramid, you shall build it, and I will show you every part, measure for measure. So the mystery is solved here. So I see a lot of people, they go on YouTube, they cannot get a clear understanding how this pyramid was built. OahspeCollegeUniversity renders the information up. It clearly says that an angel by the name of Osiris gave the information to a pharaoh, and this pharaoh was the one that built the pyramid. Of course, he used people to build it, but the information came from an angel, and it was a form of a pyramid. It was a pyramid called the Great Pyramid. You shall build it, and I will show you every part, measure for measure. So Osiris gave the information to the Pharaoh, and the Pharaoh had the blueprint, and Osiris showed them. Of course, Osiris had angels also that was watching and guiding and inspiring the Pharaoh and his people on how to build it, of course. But if you're looking for answers, how come we humans and be unable to build another version of a pyramid from the when the year 2020 now? That's because the angels gave them the information. So human cannot build that pyramid without angel intervention. The angels gave the information to the Pharaoh, and the Pharaoh built it, but of course with the help of angels. So to answer one question that always come up is that I used to watch this show, Ancient Aliens, how they say the aliens build the pyramid. Yeah, they're right, but who are these aliens? The angels. And clearly OahspeCollegeUniversity is decoding and giving the true information now that it was Osiris that built the Great Pyramid. I'm going to go to the next chapter where it gives an account of how many years it took for the pyramid to be built. And that's the Book of Wars, chapter 49, verse 18 to 19. The Book of Wars, chapter 49, verse 18 to 19. Verse 18, Thotman, who happens to be the Pharaoh. His real name was Ojas, but he reclaimed himself and renamed his name as Thotman because he thought he was a reincarnated Thotman. Anyway, verse 18, Thotman spent 24 years. You see that? 24 years to build the temple, and then it was completed. So clearly here, OahspeCollegeUniversity is clearly telling you that it took 24 years to build the pyramid. So people people thought this pyramid was built for it took 100 years, or some people probably said it took 2 days with the help of the angels. However, OahspeCollegeUniversity give an account, it was 24 years. To continue, verse 18, Thotman spent 24 years building this temple, then it was completed, but it required another half a year to take away the incline plane using in building it. After that, it stood free and clear, the greatest building that ever been built on earth or ever will be. Verse 19, such then was Thotman's temple of Osiris, the Great Pyramid. So here you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thotman, who happened to be a pharaoh back then, built the temple of Osiris called the Great Pyramid Here you have it. No sugarcoating. The mystery solved. OahspeC decoded it. It's been decoded. If you've not got yourself for the OahspeC, I strongly suggest you get yourself for OahspeC. It's just clear and dry. And I'm going to go to another chapter to kind of tell you what they started using the pyramid for. Because, Osiris and the angels come down to the pyramid and to talk to Thothman, the pharaohs and the seers and prophets, but there had to be a catch, right? So the book of Words chapter 50 verse 30. The book of Words chapter 50 verse 30. And during Thothman's reign, more than 4,000 men and 300 women graduated to the rank of adept. You see that? All capable of the death trance and going about in spirit. You see that? So Thothman started telling the people, hey, I got myself a church here, a temple, and the temple is capable. I'll teach you guys, and I'll teach you, and you guys will become adept. You become expert in death trance, which means you could go into the death mode and still come back alive. And it says here, all capable of the death trance and going about in spirit, and within 30 years, over 700 of these were permitted to test the cast of the holy chambers in the pyramid. You see that? So the pyramid was also used for spirit communication. It was used for the death trance. It was used where humans have the capacity and the power to go about in spirit. You see that? This is amazing what they used the pyramid for. So the pyramid was not only for Osiris and his heavenly host, or his host of angels, to come down and communicate with the people, but they also used it to allow the people to go into, or you want to call it spiritual school now, where that pyramid was used for that purpose. So humans can go into the death trance. You could go in spirit. And you see here it says within 30 years, 700 of these people were permitted to test the cast of the holy chamber in the pyramid. Now hear this. It clearly says, and their spirit were conducted into the Osiris heavenly region. Here is an amazing stuff here. So they allowed humans to see the heavenly kingdom of Osiris. So people were able to see Osiris' kingdom here. Osiris' heaven was visible from the chamber when they go into the death or trance, or they go in spirit. So they're allowed to go to heaven here. So the chamber, the pyramid, was also used as a communication for you to see heaven. Now the heaven you were able to see here was Osiris' heaven, and sojourn there for many days. You see that? So they were able to travel and return their bodies unharmed. Because of the position of the chambers, there was no action upon their bodies while in swan. This is amazing. So I love this book of Words chapter 50 because it clearly explains what the pyramid was also used for. Now here's the catch, and a lot of people don't get this. And during that time, what do you think the Pharaoh told the people? The Pharaoh had to tell the people that, hey, if you die, just put your body in the pyramid. And a lot this, the information went to around the world at that time, where this explains why people were using the pyramid to, when they die, they go bury their bodies in the temple or in the pyramid, because they believed that after death, then their body will rise to heaven, because they used this pyramid to actually, perform death trance, and they allowed humans to actually go in spirit now, to go to heaven and come back. You see that? So this is amazing. So for those of you who are looking for answers, what was the pyramid used for? Here you have it. The pyramid was clearly used by the gods, by the angels, to communicate with humans, and humans in return used it for death trance. They were able to go in spirit with it, and they were able to see heaven Osiris Heaven. As a matter of fact, so if you go on Google now, you go out there, you go to Mexico, you see a pyramid. Now you know what the pyramid was used for. It's a spiritual communication temple, and that temple was used to communicate with the gods, and the gods also communicate. They came down. So this is amazing. In fact, I love the OahspeCollegeUniversity, how OahspeCollegeUniversity gives details information about what people have been looking for. They've not got the answer they're looking for it, and the answer is just right there. The answer is right there in OahspeCollegeUniversity, the pyramid, how it was built. OahspeCollegeUniversity clearly says that it took 24 years to build the pyramid. Simple. And you got archaeologists, you got historians. They're still trying to figure out the true purpose of it. I mean, though they see a lot of mummies and bodies in the pyramid, and they also do say, some of these historians do say that the pyramid is a form of transmission where bodies go to heaven from there. They write too, but no human, I say this though, no human will actually put their body in a pyramid if they've not actually seen a scene. So they saw something. They saw something beside the information being transferred to them by the priest and stuff. But they saw, because you see how OahspeCollegeUniversity clearly states that that 4,000 men and 300 women in the book of Words, chapter 50, verse 30, was used. They went into the to rank of adept. Adept, you want to say it's equivalent of seers and prophet, or adept or experts or practitioners who practice spiritual stuff, and they had the capacity, and they were capable of death trance. They were also capable of going in spirit, and amazing. They said within 30 years, over 700 of these were permitted to test the cast of the holy chamber in the pyramid, and the spirits were conducted into Osiris Heaven. Amazing. Brothers and sisters, light and peace. The next topic after this broadcast will be how to protect and heal your body. Some years back, I did a video about healing the body, where I mentioned about sea moss and wheatgrass to heal your body. What I failed to introduce at that time was that while you're healing your body, while you're using herbs, while you're maintaining your herbivorous diet, you also need to protect your body. And I failed to put that video out there, so I'm working on a video right now. It's going to be called How to Heal and Protect Your Body. Healing your body is one thing, but protecting your body is another thing. Those two are different concepts. You could heal your body, but how do you protect your body? You see? Brothers and sisters, subscribe to my YouTube video. Upcoming topic after the pyramid will be how to heal and protect your body. You do not want to miss this video.